I'm Jusitn Shaw, creator of Oz15. I'm doing this Can I Be Vulnerable video because BJ is my dog. And when you support people, you do whatever they ask. I think I want to touch on when growing a business or chasing a dream or whatever the aspiration may be. I think the most important part that I didn't realize at the beginning is that nobody's going to help you. Right? Nobody's going to do what your perception is, and you say, you know, I got a really good concept, a really good idea. Right. You'll reach out to them, and the expectation is that they'll be receptive to it. And a lot of the times, and this is my own personal experience why I wanted to touch on it. Right. I've been in people's faces. They've shaken my hand. Yo, I love to work with you. That's how. And I may even get an opportunity a little bit, right, to come into a little bit into their world, into their circle. But the expectation that I had was like, oh, we should flourish together because I'm not stepping on your toes. But once I come into their world and I'm around inside of their circle, 9 times out of 10, I've been perceived as a threat. And I was like, but why? And then I kind of figured out an answer. So I've been doing this Oz15 thing now, going on 4 years.
Describe Oz for people that don't know. Describe Oz real quick.
Okay. So Oz15 is a 15-minute program to strengthen the mind and the core. It uses very simplistic movements, and everybody has 15 minutes and everybody needs a stronger core. So then the connection is the emotional contact, right? Like if you have family, if you have kids, you have a busy schedule, right? That 15 minutes applies directly to that individual. If you're the type of person with insecurities or you like to compare yourself to other people, which you shouldn't all do, but it's to say, okay, well, this is how you increase the aesthetic. You increase the aesthetic, you increase the health as well, the whole 9 yards.
Got it. Nice. All right, so I'm sorry, that's the quick plug.
Thank you.
Back to it.
Always got to talk to them abs. So, but yeah, being in those circles, getting with the individuals, once I was perceived as a threat, everything would fizzle out. Right. And I'd be like, why did they perceive me as a threat? And a lot of times I thought it was maybe the way I was carrying myself, maybe it was something on my end. And then as you know, as I've gotten older, and like I said, going on year 4 now, I was like, no, the people that I was around were insecure that I was coming for their spot.
Right.
I didn't want their spot. I didn't look at it as competition, but they did. And as males, especially, most people in the fitness industry have a fitness background. Well, I say fitness, sports background. Right. Sports is competition. Yes, it's why they keep score. It's a win and a loss. But in the fitness world, unless you're competing, it's not really a competition. It should be a unified front to say, let's make the world a better place. And so I come in and I'm very, very specific with Oz15 core. No running, no weights, no plyometric exercises. Right. So the trainers who expertise is in that, I like them to be in their lane and view me as in my lane. But when I come into their world, their environment, because they have a much broader scope of service than I do, right. Their mindset has still been, oh, he's a threat.
He's a threat. Competition.
A competition, right? You get into the pissing contest, like, oh, what you mean? We need to strengthen our players' core. You don't think our players' core are strong enough? And that's not the conversation, but that's the mindset. That's the mindset.
That's what the energy.
That's the energy I'm getting, like as if I'm saying what I'm bringing is saying that what they're doing is not good enough.
Right.
And I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying this is different. I prayed for this, like nobody's doing it, right? I'm 32 years old. I've been working out since I was probably 6 years old, and I've never done Oz15 until I prayed for it.
Right, and you come from a sports background.
Yeah. Played high school at Palmdale High, right? CBS All-American, went off to San Diego State. Again, had those aspirations of going pro, right? Didn't go pro, but that led me to this blessing. Yeah. And I had way more joy. This is the crazy part. When I was playing sports, you know where the joy came from? Training. And I don't know why, right? Game was cool. Game was fun, you know what I mean? But we were a losing team. So just being honest, right? Probably only won 20 games the whole 4 years. So it's like the mindset was really where we count our wins was training.
Right.
So then you see yourself post-college and you're like, okay, well, this is already how I view joy. Right. I view joy as training. I'll be able to see the results and measure it, and I don't have to compete against somebody. And then just to tie that into the vulnerability part, you know, I reached out to my alma mater. Yo, San Diego State, I got this amazing innovative program. Do you think I heard something back? No knock to them, but I know the reason I didn't hear something back were their insecurities, or their lack of being able to be vulnerable, letting another man come in and train their guys. And then here was I think the switching moment. It was when somebody told me, was like, well, why would they tell you not to show your abs? Because I've had the conversation with other people in the fitness industry and was like, yo, I don't like the fact that you show your abs on Instagram. And I was like, okay. And I'm gonna be honest, I took that and saying, well, this guy can help me, so I'm gonna stop showing my abs on Instagram. Right? But on Instagram, all I'm talking is abs. So how can I be talking about abs and you never see my abs? And so, right, there was a little bit of disconnect, but because of the hope, I was like, I'm not going to show my abs, right? Did it for all last summer. There was no shirtless pictures whatsoever. So I do that, and then I have a conversation with a guy, and he's like, yo, you know why he probably told you that? Like, what does he look like? What's his physique? And I was like, you know, he's in shape, but not like me. His reasoning was, you look like a tool on Instagram, right? And I was like, well, if he has that perception, what if other people do?
And some people might.
Some people might, right? But then the mindset was, as I continued to evolve, was like, well, if that's not for them, then they're not for me. The pivotal point that changed everything, it was that therapeutic conversation, and he was saying that was his insecurities that he was presenting to you. And I was like, and then it just started all making sense. And I said, you know what? I was only confirming to his insecurities, his fears, because I wanted his help.
Right.
I was hopeful that he was going to help me out and put me on. Right. Because he got all the top guys, all the top athletes, you know what I mean? All the top celebrities essentially work with this guy. There's two different individuals kind of in the same space. One more athletic, one more celebrity driven. But connected with both of them, and the situation was very, very similar to both. Right. And different ethnicities on both sides, different age range on both sides, but level, they both up here. They both at the very top of their perspective field, and neither one of them showed me the love. And I was like, I'm just a very loving person. And I was like, oh, it's their insecurities and they're not for me, then I'm not for them. And that was the change. It was when I said, oh, I don't need them. I can grow it on my own. The moment that I said, wait, if they don't help me push and I do it on my own, what if it still becomes successful, but they just don't help? Then I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, you did it, good job, right? Not like, cause I write 5 thank yous every morning, like what I'm thankful for, right? And I seen my list is now being condensed from all these other people, cause so I write it in a state of it hasn't happened yet. I'm thankful for it, this is about to happen, kind of writing it into existence. And they started doing this in December, and you'll see there's other individuals' names on there, like, oh, I'm thankful that they were able to connect me with da-da-da-da. I'm thankful that they were able to put me in front of data. There's no longer like that no more. Now it's just like, I'm thankful that this opportunity is on the way and I'm about to execute on it. I'm thankful that this person is about to come into my life and I'm going to expound even beyond what I thought they were going to be able to bring to me. So it's a much more central focused thankfulness, and like, it's just all about that gratitude. Like, if I can be grateful for what I'm doing, not somebody else, way more impactful.
Was it like self-doubt kicking in? Did it like, you know?
I think there was a little bit of, naturally, whenever there's a letdown, you always look at yourself first, like, what did I do? Like, most good people take ownership. And you're taking ownership, you say, it's not what they did, it's what I did. That was how I was saying it, which was incorrect, but at the time, in those thoughts of, I'm not doing well enough, maybe my social media platform isn't big enough, like, I don't got any sponsors, whatever the case may be, I was looking at myself and it had a negative reaction. I seen that I wasn't able to grow when I was still connected to their hope. I was still staying in that same little bubble, and I'm like, man, I haven't been able to raise my prices, been able to elevate, nothing. I'm sitting here waiting on the opportunity. He says, okay, yo, we need you to pull up. Let's get these all 15 classes going. And then I thought I was gonna be like, oh, now my program is gonna start growing. The brand's gonna grow. But when I let that go, it was, it was not a long period of time, but it was an important period of time that I had to go through that daily, and be like, then just that blessed day where I had that conversation with the dude, and it was like, no, it's not you, it's them. I was like, oh, but I know there's so many other people that feel that same way, right? In the fitness business, everybody starts at the bottom. Unless you're blessed and your best friend is the main star in the movie.
Some shit like that.
But that's 1 in a million. If LeBron is your main guy and you get to train LeBron, if not, if you're trying to pull up on LeBron, Kobe, D-Wade, you gotta grind. You gotta grind from the bottom and get enough notoriety and enough good results, and build enough amazing relationships to now Dwayne Wade calling you, LeBron calling you. And that's the mindset. And that's the mindset. So I know all the other trainers out there are like, well, how do I go from starting at the park, that's where most people start, to being like, it's free.
Overhead, there's no overhead.
There's no overhead, there's no liability, right? How do you go from the park to being at the highest level, to being at the individuals who you see at the top of the mountain? How do you get to where they got? And a lot of it is time, dedication, and consistency, right? You got to put all that in, but everybody's going to take those losses, including myself, as I've taken those losses. But it's being able to say, this loss isn't going to define me. I'm not going to stay here. And that was my issue. I was staying in that losing moment too long. I didn't just take the L and just keep it pushing. I took the L and then would be like, well, dang, I wonder if they're going to follow up with me
Right.
next week. Then I got to wait a whole 7 days. And then you know, the whole time you're itching like, yo, should I follow up with them?
Yeah.
Should I send them a DM?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm smart. I'll be like, I'm going to watch all your Instagram videos. Because if people look who watch Instagram, I'm going to like all your pictures. Because you see, you're going to see me, right? So now the mindset is, right, and this is for the other trainers too, right? If you know you're looking at them, there's a good chance if you stay at it consistently, they'll start looking back at you. It may be a shadow follow. It may just be a blip on the radar, but eventually if you stay at it, that blip gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, right, it becomes you got to AI them for your survival.
Yeah.
Right now you raise up to the point, if they don't help you, now I hate to call it a spade, but it's competition.
Right.
Now it's like,
Eventually it gets to the point.
Eventually you rise up to the top. CAA competes with ICM and they compete with UTA, all the same, but they're all on the same front, all got the same mission.
And they're all successful too.
All
So even though it's competition, it doesn't mean that
I have to hate you.
Yeah, like I'm taking food off your table. I'm not.
No shine away from you. Like, yo, you got all the top guys over there, I got all the top girls over here.
What's good?
We both on.
Yeah.
You got all the top actors over there, I got all the top producers over here. Like, it's enough for everybody to eat, right? But the mindset, most people don't have that. And for people starting out at the beginning, even for myself, what I'm saying for the other trainers, I'm still have to say to myself, right? It's enough for everybody to eat and everybody has their time to shine. You just gotta be ultra specific in what you wanna do and stick to that.
Right.
Ultra specific, right? Another good thing that helped me really elevate to the place where I'm at was being specific in what I was doing. Right. When the OS15 started out, it wasn't strictly for the core. The first logo, bro, I probably sent it to you, man. The first logo was an upside down heart.
It was.
Right, because I was saying I'm gonna probably go after the female market and all the girls want glutes.
Yeah, you did.
Right, you remember that?
Talked about it all the
we
time.
talked about all that. See, it was Sexy Life in the whole thing, right? I was like, yo, we get the girls and girls, but right, that was kind of broad and because it was, so I was like, glutes for the girls, body for the guys. I was like, that's kind of broad, and you had to change the conversation depending on who you're talking to.
Right.
When it became universal, just like, oh, abs. Everybody. Any walk of life, any profession, unless you're a baby, you need a stronger core.
Babies need strong cores too, eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
They gonna grow up and need to walk and
every
crawl.
walk of life is
They have to
surrounded
sit
around.
up. That's core.
That's core strength.
Turning over.
A core strength. All that. The balancing when they're able to hang on to something and be like, let me see if I can let go.
Core strength.
Core strength. So it was in that defining moment. It was like, oh, if I can be ultra specific, I can carve out my own lane and find a way to win.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know too many other people who have a program that is specific with anatomical principles to be like, this is what we're going to do. Right. So I look at myself as like, I'm at the forefront of a niche market, I said that wrong. I'm at the forefront of a niche market that I feel like we can really disrupt the fitness industry. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so what if the other fitness people can do that? They can be a eye person, I don't say eye, an arm person, a leg person. There's a lot of people out there that do the glutes already, but it's like the people who are ultra specific tend to have the best chance of success, because if you go too many different ways, you never end up at the destination. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't evolve to the point where you're doing everything. I'm saying starting that journey is very, very easy to be ultra specific. Right. Be like, yo, I'm going after the guys in this age range that are in this lifestyle that do this for a living, right? I'm going after girls in this age range with this amount of income. You know what I mean? When you're specific like that, it helps the journey.
Right.
It really, really helps the journey. And that is the biggest thing for the mind. Because in business, your mind will go 1,000,000 miles an hour and you'll look at other things, you'll see things on social media, you'll read a book and say, everything doesn't apply to everybody.
It doesn't.
Right, but it's good to receive all the information, then you decide what you're gonna use. Right, so when taking in that information, it becomes a sense of almost therapy. Yeah. It becomes very therapeutic because you're saying, okay, if everybody else is doing this and I'm not competing with them, how can I not do that?
Right.
So for me personally, there are no workout videos of OS15 online at current date, and I'm almost 4 years in. You go to anybody else's fitness Instagram, what you gonna see?
All videos.
All videos. Yeah, so I said to myself, like, yo, if everybody's doing that videos, right, from a marketing point, like, well, how do I be different?
Exactly.
Right, be like, they're not gonna see the videos, they just gonna see personality. They're gonna see personality and other clients who are actually going through the program. I'll show their abs, right? And then you'll be able to be like, well, damn, they pre-Oz, post-Oz, like, that's a big difference. For all the people watching this video, I want you to say to yourself, you can do anything you put your mind to. Limitations are only in the mind. They don't really exist, right? You create your limitations, not the outside world. The opportunities that you want to create, you have to go out into the world and create them. And you have to be patient. Nothing will happen overnight. And social media is an instant gratification world. And everybody is on it, from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram. So whatever the case may be, it's instant. You post, you want to see those likes start coming in fast. You want to see those comments start coming in fast. But in growing business, it's not growing social media. Social media is an extension of business, but it's not business. Business is developed over time with relationships. Don't chase the money, chase the relationships.